Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
How are you?
wabarakatuh.
How are you all? We from group 6 will present the result of our respective paper. And don't talk much, I start right away. Please, presenter one is Alifah.
Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Nur Alifah. And the Honorable Mr. Shafrizal as the lecturer of this course. In this occasion, I wanted to present my own research about English student perception of Cookie AI chatbot to improve English grammatical skills. So in this research, I want to know about people's opinion, their perspective about chatbot to improve their grammatical skills. And what we want to talk about is the first is introduction. There is background of the study, the statement of the problem, then is the result and discussion, and the last is conclusion. We move on to the framework of thinking. The framework of thinking is about the importance of technology and the contribution of technology to education. Technology, because technology plays a crucial role in education, offering significant contribution and benefit. It enhances the learning experience by providing access to a wealth of information and resources, foretelling collaboration and communication, promoting engagement and interaction, and etc. And then is what we want to talk about is the use of artificial intelligence in form of chatbots to help improve English language skills. And then is the last about the perception after using chatbot, how their perception, how their opinion, their student opinion about using chatbot to improve their grammatical skills. Okay, we move on to the background of the study, to the introduction. Because technology has an important role in helping humans learn language. Online language learning program allows students to learn languages from anywhere and at any time. And chatbots, in this term, chatbots are increasingly popular in technology circles that are used as a medium for learning English. Several large technology companies such as Google, Amazon, and Microsoft have developed chatbot platforms to help users learn English. In addition, several universities and educational institutions have also used chatbots to enhance student English learning experience. So what is chatbot? Yes, the chatbot is an artificial intelligence, and in this research, the focus of the research, I want to talk about the cookie chatbot. Mitsuki or cookie is kind of AI. AI robots can learn from receiving information. In the context of machine learning, AI robots are usually programmed to be able to receive information in the form of data, be it in the form of text, images, voice, or numerical data. So, what is Cookie? Mitsuku chatbot, also known as Cookie, is an artificial intelligence chatbot created using artificial intelligence markup language, or in short, AIML. Mitsuku uses natural language process and artificial intelligence to converse with users in a way that stimulates human conversation. So, Mitsuki can answer questions, play games, tell jokes, and engage in small talk on a wide range of topics. And because Mitsuki because this ability, Mitsuki, this use for student, this will use of student to improve their grammatical skills. And the literature review is this study was conducted on chatbot AI for teaching Chinese vocabulary. This research was conducted by Liu in 2019 in Taiwan. Results show that the use of AI chatbot can improve student understanding of Chinese vocabulary and can be effective alternative in language teaching. Then the research continued in Iran. AI chatbot for teaching English vocabulary. The result showed that the use of AI chatbot can improve student understanding of English vocabulary. So from this both research is show the positive impact of using chatbot. So, but in the term of understanding English vocabulary, and here I want to talk about to improve their grammatical skills. About the research method, there were 21 participants of English students who had used chatbot cookies as the main focus of learning media for this research. Then the instrument used in this research is a questionnaire that is distributed via Google Form link. The questionnaire contains statements that are closed statements. The questionnaire is used to find out the perception. The perception from English students who use Cookie AI chatbot as a medium to improve their grammatical skill. The perception is seen from how students assess the features, practicality or efficiency, cost, and effectiveness of the platform based on the option of strongly agree, neutral, disagree, and strongly disagree. We move on to the second chapter about the result and discussion. The result and discussion, I want to talk about the first perception I look for from the participant is how they see the chatbot feature. Student may find the AI chatbot feature for language learning interesting because this application can provide a different and more interactive learning experience compared to traditional learning methods. Because the features, such as the use of chatbot technology or artificial intelligence, use gamification in the learning can increase student interest in the learning languages. Although in some questions, there were those who show negative responses to the statement because the statement compared the features in the cookie chatbot with the advantages to other media. And then is the second perception is from the practically or efficiency. By using AI chatbots, can learn anytime and anywhere without having to wait for a class or teacher's tutor. And this is give the flexibility to students to arrange their study time according to their needs and business. In addition, Cookie AI chatbot can provide direct feedback to students about their mistake in speaking English. This practically and efficiency allows students to correct their mistakes effectively and speed up the learning process. And then is the cost. The cost of using chatbot because there will be a higher possibility if the learning duration is the longer and then the cost is greater. While the cost of using AI chatbot tend to be more constant and not depend on the learning duration. Lessons that are more complex and require intense face-to-face interaction may require higher cost for on-site tutoring. So in general, like we can see in the next table, from the total respondent answer agree. Using AI chatbot for learning can be more economical than learning in tutorial places because costs for using AI chatbot tend to be lower and more flexible. And the last perception, we talking here about the activity. They assess the use of Cookie AI chatbot they have used to help them develop their English grammatical skills. Several studies have been conducted to evaluate the effectiveness of using chatbot as a medium for learning English. So, in general, the results of the study show that the use of English chatbot can improve students' English skill as the table in the next about and the last is conclusion. The conclusion, however, the effectiveness of use also depends on other factors such as the equality of the chatbot, appropriate learning settings, student engagement, and other environmental factors. Therefore, the development and proper use of chatbot can increase the effectiveness of their use as a medium for learning English. Assessment of the use of chatbots as a medium for learning English can be done based on several factors such as application features, cost span, efficiency, and effectiveness. And maybe that's all from my presentation. Thank you. I give back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Alifah. And the next presenter is Rosa. Rosa, please.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let me introduce myself. My name is Rosa Amelia. My student number is 222-3-2024. First of all, I would like to say warm greeting for Mr. Shafijal as a lecturer for seminar course. And today I would like to present my paper, and again the topic about strategies in teaching reading to the visually impaired students. Next slide, please. All right, for the introduction, English is not only taught for the majority for normal students, but also for students with any physical disorders. Blindness or visual impairment constitutes an inability to read even the largest letter on a vision chart from at least a distance of 3 meters. Visually impaired students commonly have faced difficulties in learning English. Students attached by especially needs greater help from their teacher and the surrounding environment to improve their English skills, principally reading skills. Next slide. All right, first statement of the problem is visually impaired students commonly have faced difficulties in learning English. Students attached by special needs need greater help from their teacher and the surrounding environment to improve their English skill, principally in reading skills. Next slide. For the literature review, according to Araluk 2002, as it is in Gafri, impairment is a term referred to vision impairment or vision loss, as it is by Scott in Tyler and Steinberg. Visual impairment is a condition in which student vision significantly affect their school functioning named visual impairment. Likewise, Carney et al. Defined visual impairment is a term refers to a significant loss of vision even though corrective lenses used by the person. Next slide. Okay, for frame of thinking, the specific purpose of this study were describing the strategies used by English teacher, describing the problem faced by English teacher, and explaining how the English teacher solved the problem in teaching reading to the visually impairment students. Next slide. All right, so for the methodology, for the types of research, in the study, researchers use phenomenology as a type of qualitative research. Phenomenology research is a qualitative research approach that focuses on understanding and interpreting individual subjective experiences and the meanings that attach to those experiences. A phenomenological research design is a type of study that aims to comprehend how the individual perceive, interpret, and make sense of a specific phenomenon. For research time and location, the research was conducted starting April 10, 2023. The research location was at Sultan Ageng Tirtayasa University, distributing questionnaires online. The research chose this university as the research location because the research location was close to the researcher's house and the qualification of the teaching staff were linear with the subject taught. The aim of this study was to explore the effectiveness of using discussion. Next, for the teaching of data collection, in this study, researchers used online interview techniques by distributing questionnaires to collect data. For the interview was conducted using WhatsApp message with the inclusion education lecturer, Ma'am Sisliandini Alamsyah, with the question first. Again, the topic: what strategies should a teacher apply in English teaching reading to the visually impaired students? 2. What are the things to consider when teaching reading children to visually impaired students? And number 3, what learning reading methods are used by the teacher to visually impaired students? Number 4, what problem do teachers face when teaching reading to visually impaired students? 5, how do teachers overcome problems that occur when teaching reading to visually impaired students? Number 6, when a teacher will design a curriculum for visually impaired students, what should be considered? And the last question is, what things can be done to make children with special needs no different from other children? Okay, so according to the interview, the instructor utilized three reading strategies that are tailored to the characteristic of visual impaired students. The strategy include one, understanding students' characteristic. The lecturer recognized that some students are totally blind, while others have low vision. The awareness helped in determining appropriate teaching approach and accommodations. Number 2, proximity to the teacher. For students with low vision, it is important to position them close to the teacher to optimize visibility. Direct light should be avoided as it can cause difficulties in reading. Number 3, individualist learning program. When dealing solely with visual impaired students without additional disabilities, the regular learning program can be adapted to meet their needs. However, if there are other obstacles present, the learning model must be modified accordingly, creating an individualist program. Okay, for the conclusion, blind students use three types of reading strategy as per the reading strategy suggested by SHBC. Paper strategies in Braille, e-text strategies using a screen reader, and auditory strategies involving live readers. These reading strategies are helpful for blind students to understand English learning material both in and out of the classroom. However, based on the findings from the interview, reading and writing used Braille emerged as the most effective strategy among the three. It is crucial for teachers to assess each blind student's abilities and weaknesses and trial strategies accordingly to ensure more effective learning methods are employed. All right, that's all for me. Thank you, and back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Icha. And the last presenter is me. Share screen, please. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dhia salsabila. My name number 222-319-0109. And today I will present the result of my paper. To my lecturer, Professor Dr. Safrizal SPD MPD. Okay, I start my presenter. The discussion about challenge of teaching teacher in school. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, table of context is introduction, literature review, methodology. Okay, introduction, background of study, and statement of the problem. Okay, we go to what the problem the teacher faced when teaching in increasing advanced era and what era the problem. The challenge faced by teacher. Next slide, please. Background of the study is education in fundamental component for the development and ultimate advance of society. Educational institutes rely on teacher in impact knowledge of the student. This action by the teacher contribute to the future success of the student and by extension the society. For this reason, teaching was traditionally regarded as the noble profession, and the community went to great length of ensure that teacher could perform their work with relative ease. And the next slide, please. Okay, statement of the problem. What problem do teachers face when teaching in a increasing advanced era? What era the problem? The challenge faced by teacher today is about teacher training to become teacher education. There is a need for a generation of teachers whose goals is to develop students rather than teach them. Teachers need to motivate their students to become lifelong learners who are independent and know how to learn. This is one of the most important aspects of future education. This goal requires the full participation of the government, higher educational institution, and the teacher educator. Next slide, please. And a farmer of the thinking provide a reflection analysis of the problem secondary school teachers have since seen the turn of the century and how they have contributed to creating a positive and effective learning environment, and to explain issues such as the aging of teacher, class relation, teacher involvement, teacher moral, and social expectation. Okay, next slide, please. Literature review. Class relation. Class relation. According to Sonal and Kego, successful teaching and the learning is combination of several factors such as variety, engagement, pitch, excitement, and fun. And the distinguishing feature between educational failure and suck is the individual class teacher and how he or she teacher. The student today is more confident, partly because of the awareness of the alternative source of knowledge as provided by the internet and other form of the technology. And teacher improvement. In the past, teachers were required to compulsorily follow a stage syllabus set as the national level with the fixed book to be used in the teaching. Today, teachers have the freedom to choose textbooks and other teaching material. They are also expected to come up with the syllabus of their own that they think will include good performer for their student, both in school examination and in life curriculum design, and a great challenge that teachers have to prepare for for teachers now have to face the challenge of considering curriculum at three levels: the national, the choral curriculum, and the school curriculum. And then teacher morale. In the past, teachers used the struggle on their own in modern discipline and motivation students. The world today has realizing that this teaching isolation is a great enemy the educational improvement. Teacher today work with other adults and facilitated by new technology and curriculum problem that face them in their teaching practice. Professional from the other file can now be relatedly accessed by teacher to provide solution on the matters such as how to motivate student, how to challenge low expectation, or how to motivate student. This new vision The new vision of teaching marked a great evolution in the area of professional practice and has greatly boosted teacher morale and the aging of teacher. According to Gonzalez, elderly teacher with more than 40 years of age have a great challenge in adapting to the attitude and the technologies of the 21st century. The current need for school to teach their students on how to gain slash and ask information is happening at such a fast pace that students today are learning how to use the internet together with their teacher. Teachers today are expected to have a solid teacher background. They need to be skilled on how of effectively hand modern information technology applications such as computer, PowerPoint, projector, photocopiers, and the like. They need to be information technology expert and update themselves with new website, including social network popularly used the their student that might pose a great challenge to a teacher who might not fit well a new generation change in technology and social expectation. Another major challenge facing secondary teacher today is in identifying the worldview in which given curriculum environment. The society is becoming more diverse and political correction is rapidly taking over free thinking. Today, most the education theory on how people learn have cast to hold weight because they are based on an assessment of a completely foreign world that is no longer relevant today. The definition of intelligence has changed. For instance, today a 2 years old can easily navigation around an iPhone, edit photo, and explore the game area, typing in names when required. This happened years before joining school. Such demonstration leave most educational theories out of the loop. There is next slide, please. Okay, methodology, research design, qualitative descriptive method, population and sample, Sultan Ageng Tirtayasa, student with experience in teaching method as a school teacher, and the research instrument questionnaire. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, thank you for me. That's all for me. More the list apology for my presentation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.